Now that we've taken care of the scaling issue, um, we're going to work on some visualization tools. They don't necessarily do anything for the rig itself. What it actually is for is to help you, the compositor, um, know the boundaries that you can push um, this stereoscopic look. Um, Again, this is something that I'll go into in more detail in the Maya tutorials, but I'll briefly talk about them right now. So in the master scene, we need to create a new null. And rename this null screen. And that doesn't reference blending mode like in Photoshop or After Effects. What that is referencing is the physical screen of the television or projector or wherever you'll be watching this video you create, your computer screen, whatever. Um, what this will do is show the 3D point where the physical screen is. So anything in front of this null will look like it's popping out towards you. Everything behind this null will look like it's receding into the background. We need to turn this into a 3D layer, obviously, because that is the whole purpose of it. And we want to give it an anchor property of 50, 50, 0. So A for anchor, 50, 50, 0. Now we want to parent this to the master null. And then create a slider on the screen layer and label it screen position. So effect slider control screen position. And now we're going to create an expression now we need to add an expression to the screen layer position. So P for position, Alt click, and we want to do P for position equals effect screen position slider semicolon 0, 0, P. All that this expression is really doing is restricting the movement to z space. So, depth. Um, so you're not also moving in the x or the y. Now, next thing we want to do is create another null. And this time we're going to call it save point, something like that. And what this is doing is this will show you how close an object can get to the viewer before the 3D effect breaks down or just becomes too painful to look at. It will give your viewer a headache to try to view something. Again, I'll discuss this more in the Maya tutorials, but the what am I trying to say here? The general rule is that an object should not be closer than half the distance from the camera to the screen. The camera being the viewer's viewpoint. So if any object, one of these planets, for instance, was closer um, to the master cam than half of the distance to the screen, the effect would break down and would be just too painful for the viewer to look at. Um, so let's see, where was I before this explanation? Oh, I need to turn this again into a 3D layer. Give it another 50-50-0 anchor point position, and then parent it to the master cam again, or excuse me, the master null. I believe, yep, master null. Same thing as the screen, more or less. Now, in order to make this all work in harmony and together, we need to put another expression in the position of the save point. So P, Alt click, and what we want to do is, oops, I guess we can get rid of this whole thing first. Safe equals this comp dot layer screen dot, oops, oh, and actually I guess we didn't need to erase that, dot transform dot position zero, zero, safe divided by 2. And this divided by 2 was the thing I was mentioning about the half the distance from the viewer to the screen. And what is wrong here? Oh, I do that all the time. I automatically go to the shift button. You don't want to do a shift bracket, you just want the regular old square bracket. And now what is my problem? Oh, I think this is supposed to be a Z, not a 2. Because you're restricting it to Z space. And still issues. Oh, it's not later, it's layer. And this is what I was talking about triple checking your, this is supposed to be a 2, not a Z. There we go, finally. So yeah, be sure you enter in these expressions character for character, otherwise it will not work, it will break down. So now if you jump over to your top view, you'll see what we've been working on these last few, oops, that's not what I wanted. Top view, see what we've been working on these last few steps. Got your camera, your null, oops. So if we move this, you'll notice that